What's up? This is Jacob from Project Coffee Cup. And if you want to see what's in this box, tune in right now. I'm on JR and the crew. So tune in.
But out here, you get people pass away without these things you guys get. I'm serious. That's more important than the food because and then it's important that what you guys give are life saving. Because if you didn't, the people will pass away. What is that? It's that it's squishy. There's no joke that night because we're not used to the cold like that.
Right.
So it ain't no joke. There's none of the best guy. He'll tell you he just got a hospital from pneumonia. You fight him in line, and he's a strong but pneumonia. He got the food. That's and the man who owned the recycle place down the he called him Slim. He died from pneumonia. He stayed on the street of concrete. Without what you guys give, you people, you guys just saving lives.
I'll buy a picture.
I want to see this.
Right now, everybody, welcome to the episode of Jared the Crew. We are doing an auction right now. We got Momo.
38 double D, 38, 44 double D, 48.
Yeah. Momo's fart is going for $20. $20.
20, 21, 20, 21, 21,
30. We got
31 for the Ray Poet King. We got 31 for Poet
COVID
King.
has done to everybody. You guys are some sick motherfuckers.
But you like it.
I love it.
I love it, though. Hey,
I'm not that old yet.
hey guys, well, welcome to another episode of Jared the Crew, man.
Oh, we started.
Yeah, that was the intro.
Are we in?
Yes.
No,
You in, girl. You in.
You sound like me my first time. Am I in?
Am I out?
Are you in?
Did I say? I meant to say.
Man,
I was on.
this
You
podcast-
said, are we in?
This podcast is supposed to be inspirational, but it's going great right now. It's being really inspired right now.
Welcome to the jungle, baby.
Welcome, man. But hey, man, Vic, why don't you introduce, man? 'Cause I know this is your boy, bro.
Well,
And
I
he's...
just met him too, but
Oh, you did? Oh, shoot. Okay, never mind. Momo, introduce him. Tinder. He swiped,
I
yes?
swiped right, but I don't remember his government name. What's your government name?
Today we got the one and only Jacob from Project Coffee Cup.
That's right, man. We got Jacob from Project Coffee Cup, man.
Jacob. I've heard a lot about you. They're like, what? You haven't met Jacob yet? I was like, well, no.
Oh, she hangs out with your people's
Team,
your team.
Yeah,
What
I
team?
mean, we've
Oh,
collabed
you guys
together.
followers. You guys people that do all his bidding.
What? Oh, shoot.
He calls them volunteers.
He calls them volunteers. Like, go do this.
His fans.
No,
Oh, so he runs a church.
Wait, do you have money? Do you have money?
10%.
Do you have money in your walls?
Oh, my God. No, man. But thank you for coming on the show, man. Because I've seen a lot of your stuff, man, and seen you around doing a lot of stuff, and because also too, we're really good friends with Polly's Project.
Yeah, that's my boy.
So yeah, we're really good friends with Polly Project, and then Cease with Pushing Fruits LA.
He was just
Oh,
with him
for
last
sure.
yesterday,
See, so
right?
we're good friends with Cease with Pushing Fruits, man, and so you're in that whole community, and your name is always being tossed, and everyone's tossed.
Your name is Toss, not Miss
But that's a good thing because you're actually, we're going to get to it right now, but you actually surround yourself with a lot of great people, man, because we've had them on our show, those people, and now you're on our show, and we're really excited about it. But man, real quick, tell everybody, which I know they already know, but, because...
Not everybody knows. I don't know.
Oh, well, he's going to tell you then.
So talk shit.
So I'm
What the
Jacob.
fuck are you waiting for?
I'm founder of Project Coffee Cup. So within that community, we all have outreaches, right? But what's unique
Right.
about Project Coffee Cup is it comes from a lot of hurt, a lot of the personal struggles, and a lot of like family-oriented type of influence. So the significance of the cup of coffee was to break the ice. A lot of the homeless people are unapproachable. You see them like mentally ill.
Right.
And sometimes people are afraid. They want to help. They don't know how. Or I've strategized a way to try to like bridge that gap and offer them a cup of coffee. When I worked in the hospital, I see them come in, attempted suicide and restraints. And sometimes some people, they make so much money, they do it as a living, like nursing and stuff. They become so disconnected with people that I've seen them just close the curtain, John Doe, sober up. You're taking up a bed for somebody who really needs it. And I just kind of like had compassion. Like,
Yeah, because they get used to it.
Yeah, you become
That's
numb.
true.
Yeah,
well,
numb.
they become
Numb.
desensitized. Like,
Desensitized.
yeah, they're just like it's a 9 to 5 to them, right?
I
So to
worked in
speak.
the
Like,
ER, and I know how easy that could happen because
Right.
you're moving fast, you're working long shifts, right? But coming from, we weren't chronically homeless, but we suffered homelessness.
Okay.
We were sleeping in my grandma's salas, and so having that compassion when I seen people. I grew up in a home that had addiction, so when I would see alcoholics or drug addicts or people with attempted suicide, I just felt compelled, like, how can I get to this person, find out their name, and it kind of always worked around a cup of coffee. Then I would read like their ambulance record, like, oh, he was picked up on Pacific and Warlow or whatever, right? So on my way to work, if I picked up coffee in that area and I seen the guy, now I know, like, oh, you were just in the hospital, I helped you. And he's like, and I made it more personable to communicate with him.
Right.
Find out who he was, but it all started over a cup of coffee. So that became Project Coffee Cup.
I like that.
So I started following up and doing it like around like where the homeless would congregate. This is like in 2010, when it was just becoming very visible on the 710 freeways.
Right.
Now it's like you can't get off the freeway in LA and not see like no sidewalk because it's covered with tents.
Right.
Yeah, tents or trash and
Right.
all that stuff. Yeah.
So I would just go out to the park with a bunch of friends with a coffee and donuts. And I wanted to get to know who they were, what they needed, because not every homeless person was in need of a house. You
Right.
know? So
Okay.
a lot of them were dealing with different issues, you know? And I wanted to point them in the direction of help. Like, oh, you need housing? Go talk to you need a shower, bro? You're not ready for help, but you have an addiction, go to the, Victory Hours, whatever the resources were in the
Right.
community. I wanted to be that cheerleader to like kickstart their morning.
Can I say
with a
something?
blessing.
Because you said a church. You said Victory Arch. Why would you send them to Victory Arch?
Well, in North Long Beach, that specific church will have a men's home.
Okay.
Okay,
So when
got it.
resources were limited for like substance abuse,
Right.
they were welcome people, and they're
Absolutely.
not kind of like tied to the city, and they're their own entity of like, older people that maybe been through that road. And they were more welcoming to accept people and put them through the program.
And it's not a big intake process like a county facility would be, or like, the Phoenix home where you have to wait.
Right.
There's a waiting line. You got to wait for a bed to open. You got to go through the paperwork. And a lot of times, like your addiction or your issues can't wait that long.
Right. Yeah,
Right?
exactly. And so just because I'm from North Long Beach, Compton, so there were some people that were like resourceful. I didn't know everybody.
Right,
I just
right.
wanted to be part of figuring out a long-term solution or
Right.
something. So I would point them in that direction.
Very nice.
They would be homeless and they end up in khakis and high socks. I'm like, what happened?
Khakis and high socks.
I got a job now, dog. I'm slaying.
They picked up another habit. They picked up another habit. Oh,
He
shit.
replaced Duke. He was actually, no, I was kidding.
Oh, shit.
He played Duke.
He on the Duke overall. He replaced Duke. No, I was kidding.
Why do we always talk about that?
Hey,
about
but
Jimmy?
growing up, that was like the ministry, right?
I was there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Well, that was
That's
us.
his
Come on, that was us.
Well, actually, no. It's the reason I want to ask you because we didn't say it, but I wanted to see what you were gonna say. But we actually all come from Victory Arch.
Oh,
That's why
really?
we waited for your response.
Oh, you was waiting.
If you were
I'm
gonna
like,
shit talk, we're about to bang on you right now.
And we're gonna lay hands on you, homie.
What you say about my ministry?
Nah, so in North Long Beach, they had a shout out to VO in North Long Beach, but they had an open door, So
Nice.
because I wasn't, I was from the streets and I wasn't connected with like city outreaches. I just knew, hey, they feed, they do showers, and I just wanted to be that encourager of people because I've seen a lot of people, if not commit suicide, attempted suicide and overdose. So being someone that just wanted to help and didn't know how to do things, I was like, they'll help you. And I just
Right.
wanted to let that person know that somebody cared. And
It
that's
seemed like you
kinda
had a knack for just referring the resources because a lot of
He's
people
like a
they can't-
connector.
Yeah, they can't do that. Like they know it
Yeah.
exists, but they don't know how to work it in and how to pass on that information to other people. But some people just have a knack for it.
Yeah, well, like I was saying that I grew up like that.
Right.
And then I would see, like, for example, my dad, he did Sherm. He was an alcoholic, really bad. And stopping was the scare. Him stopping was a problem. If you never grew up in a home with an alcoholic, watch them stop and then convulse because of,
Oh, yeah.
their addiction.
They're going through,
It's
withdrawals.
traumatic. It's scary. And sometimes a person addicted, not everybody, I don't want to generalize everybody, but growing up in that home, it was awful to see that. It's traumatizing. So when he was sober and the things that changed him, that's all I knew. And I was like, this will help you. Go
Right.
that way or point him in the direction. So I've always been compelled to try to help with the little knowledge that I knew, right?
Right.
And then as I developed and it became an organization now because people wanted to get involved and help and donate for the cause, Then I was Then I would get introduced to city officials and different resources that were more professional, instead of like a men's home that was like someone who just wanted to help out. Yeah.
So do you look at yourself more like a connector person? Like,
Yeah.
so people, you're seeing the need, and the solution for you is to connect them.
Yeah.
So because you're not actually holding their hand, but you're connecting them. Now it's up to them.
Not a, yeah, I'm glad you said that. It's up to them. So
Right.
growing up in a home with an addict, my dad, we suffered because of his addiction.
Mm-hmm.
We suffered because he was in gangs, he was active, he was in and out. We would lose our house, we would lose things because of his addiction. But he always had an old homeboy come around and like chop it up with him. Hey, where you at? And sometimes my dad would like, tell him we ain't here. We're like, hey, Eddie, my dad said he ain't here. My dad would be hiding. but
Diming your dad
he
out.
was suffering. And he shares this story how he had some type of encounter, right? And the first person he called was Eddie. Even though he dodged him, it was Eddie's kindness that always tormented him when he was high, always bothered him. So the first person he called was Eddie. And then Eddie kind of took him under his wing. But Eddie never judged him. But when he was ready, so I kind of look at myself like the Eddie, you know, because it was what rehab couldn't do, what jail couldn't do. It was Eddie's kindness that when he was
Right,
tired of
right.
suffering, he went. So that's kind
That's
of like
dope.
why
Huh.
I do what I do, is because I want to be the Eddie in someone's life.
That's awesome,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
dope,
So
for
that's
sure.
kind of like started over a cup of coffee, and that's then became Project Coffee Cup.
And that was back in 2010, you said?
2010, 2015, I became nonprofit.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it was just doing, just being in the community, seeing the need, and wanting to help.
At first, when I was introduced to your organization, I didn't understand what it was. I thought that you guys like were going around and giving homeless people coffee and,
Yeah.
in a sense, breaking bread, right?
Yeah.
And so when I had talked to your volunteers, they're like, "No, we don't give them coffee." Because I was like, "Oh, do you guys need a coffee maker?" And actually, we gave you guys a coffee maker
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
at my son's
yeah.
event. Yeah. And they're like, "This is the first coffee maker we have." I said, "That shit don't make sense though. Your project,
Hey, no.
your project coffee cup."
Hey, they presented it to me like a trophy. They're like, we have something for you. I was like, what is it? And I was like thinking it was like,
Look what we got from them.
He was thinking it was a donation check.
so, my thing is like when I was younger, we were living with my grandma poor. Family would come in from Mexico. My grandma already was like, "Hago un café."
Yeah.
And all the kids would go boil the Folgers and stuff.
Right.
The family would come take off their coats, sit around, and we would bring the coffee. And my grandma was like, "How was your road? How was your trip?" And they start gossiping, whatever.
Right.
So that coffee brought like communion and
And
brought
pan de
people
leche,
together.
too.
Pan de leche, bolillo, whatever it was. So that's how I kind of bring warmth and that family gesture to people
Love
was
it.
a cup of coffee. But believe it or not, coffee is really bad to give homeless people during like the heat because it dehydrates.
Right, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's only around cold weather you'll see us more out there with coffee and hot chocolate. But during like depending on the weather, then we adjust to what the
Yeah.
need is. Water bottles always
Like Project
good.
Water Bottle.
Project
kidding.
raspados,
Sorry.
whatever. Yeah.
But that's
so-
cool, man. But overall, I mean, with the Project Coffee Cup, what's your overall like your mission, man? I mean, yes, you break bread, the coffee. You gave us the whole rundown of your Project Coffee Cup and why you call it that. But what's your mission? Because I know you're touched to reach these people because of your background, with the lifestyle you went through. Really, dude?
Yep.
Of course,
Oh,
of
wow.
course.
He's such a side buster, huh?
Dude.
Hey, we was just getting
Man.
into it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We'll get my question when we come back, man. But once again, we are
Gonna have
with
to hold
Jacob
that
with Project Coffee Cup, man. We'll be right back.
And the Black Air Forces. The guest has to rap to the beat. I'm gonna come back.
So we
Go
come
back.
back, yeah.
Stand up, though.
No, you can sit down. You can sit down.
You gotta put the hood on and everything. Yeah, what's up?
Excellent,
Mom,
James.
Oh my god, dude.
Where did I get that? I think I got it like a skater shop.
Oh, hi, that's nice, man. Hey guys, we are back, man, once again, and we are with Jacob, man, with Project Coffee Cup, man. And before we left, man, I guess it wasn't too much like your mission, but what's your goal? Because or what's your tactic? I'm trying to say when you go to the streets So what's your agenda that day when you get out there and because it's a hot day, you're not gonna give them coffee like you said, they'll get dehydrated. So what's your goal that day?
I'm gonna answer it like this.
Uh-oh.
Oh shoot!
I want to see your reaction. All right?
I'll zoom in.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
shoot!
Take a look at this.
All right.
This is how I answer it.
Zoom
Take
in
a
right
look
here
at it.
with
Take a look at it.
Jimmy.
It's for you, Jr.
Zoom in on this one.
Well, they don't. I don't think they
Yeah,
fit
for
you. They
you.
fit me. Oh, shit!
Does that answer your question?
Oh my
No,
God!
no. Look at the other one. Look at the other one.
What?
Look at the other shoe.
Wait a minute.
Oh, bro.
Aww.
That's dope. Put them on the right side.
That's dope, dude. That's dope.
Hey, hold on. Let me ask you.
Man,
Let me ask you. That's
Wow, bro.
that's why I go out there, bro, to show kindness, to show love, to show support to people, bro, to put that smile on people's faces.
Here, let me help you. Oh wow.
Make me cry, Jay.
Ha.
Wow, yeah, man.
That's dope.
Wow, I ain't getting hugging out, bro.
Aww.
Man. Oh, man, dude. Whoa, man, I'm wearing these tomorrow, bro.
Remember the day I asked
Oh,
you what size
wow.
shoe you were?
Oh, that's right. You did ask me what size.
Well, I just playing.
Oh, man, this is dope, bro.
Huh.
I hand painted that.
That is
I called Vic. I
Wow.
wasn't. I'm
You
so
hand
busy.
painted this.
I hand painted. I'm so busy that I told Vic. I said, "Yo, man, I don't know if I'm gonna do it on time. I've never painted a shoe that fast." And your
Wow.
question was, "What's your mission?" It's just that, bro.
Bro,
Share-
yeah,
sharing
you have a
love.
friend for life, bro. You don't even know, man.
We change our minds. You are a funny person.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Dude, the show's over, bro. I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say anymore.
That's the effect he has on
That,
people when he goes out there.
now you answer my question, man.
So that's my answer, bro. That reaction is like people need that. The world is so divided, so much like drama, whatever. And the world needs more compassion. The world needs another compassionate edge. Can you imagine, like, if we help each other out, see, like, root for each other, encourage each other. I know how it is to lose a loved one. I lost my mom to cancer, and I just made it a part of my life to not sorrow and be angry about things,
Right.
and share and spread some kindness. And
Wow.
I hope you like them, bro. So that's
Bro,
Wow.
bro.
He told me when if you guys were gonna welcome me on the show,
Yeah.
I was like, I wanted to say thank you for having me.
No.
Oh wow.
My whole thing about being here is to bring awareness for those that don't have a voice.
Right.
My mission is to demonstrate love, and his reaction. Someone hasn't had that. Someone hasn't had a good morning.
Right.
They beat themselves up. Like, we could judge them, but they beat themselves up because of the demons they face and stuff like that. We just have the luxury to cry and go through things with a roof over our head. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I want to, just be a voice for those people out there that don't have a voice, and spread kindness.
Wow.
No, man. I mean, that's amazing, bro. Because you're right. I mean, my question you answered. I mean, I was speechless because,
How did that
dude,
make you feel?
warm and fuzzy inside. Seriously, appreciative. You know, and no one's ever done this, bro. So it's like, and you're right. People down there, they no one's really going out there and doing something for them. So just to get something like that, and no one's ever done that for me, it's like wow. You know, what I mean, you feel a love. You know.
Yeah, so when I did Project Coffee Cup, is really to go out there and kickstart someone's morning where they least expected. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
on the streets, it's easy to get back into like drugs. It's available when you don't have a house. You know what I'm saying? So that's really my whole goal, is just to go spread some love, some kindness, uplift that brother. I'm not here to preach. I'm not a pastor, but like the Bible talks about having sorrow throughout the night,
Right.
and joy comes in the morning. So
Yeah.
the significance of kickstarting someone's morning with a blessing is just that. Like, I know you've been going through stuff, probably
Yeah.
raped, probably overdosed, probably on a good one, probably on a sick one. But I just want to be that positive voice in your life, man. Have a blessed day. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to convert you.
I didn't know you got raped.
Duh, he is fool.
It wasn't me.
Way to ruin the moment.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's getting a little heavy in here.
No, man, it's a no, but it's good because a lot of people, like I was gonna talk about the other day. I forgot what I was telling because a lot of people don't know what other people are going through. You know, they don't. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
some people feel like because
We were talking about it today this morning.
I don't go out. Yeah, I don't go out much. You know, and people might feel like I don't support them or something. And it's not too much that I don't support somebody. It's because of me. I've gone through something, and sometimes I just don't want to leave home. I just get into my own funk. I do my thing. I don't do anything. But people, instead of them
But
looking
you
at
don't
the
want to-
negative,
you say you don't want to leave home, but what if you don't have a home? What if you
Yeah.
don't have a place to quarantine? What if
Yeah,
you don't have
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
we just take life as a gift. You know what I'm saying? And some of them too, I have to remind them, bro. Like, you got this, dude. Why'd you get? And you hear their stories. Is everyone mentally ill? Nah. Is a lot of drug issues out there? Yeah, dude. It's obvious. You know what I'm saying? It's just that now, it's in our backyard. It's in our front porch. It's on their sidewalks. We can't go to the park without seeing it. So now it bothers everybody, and people have a reaction like, "What's my responsibility? What do we do?" You know. So it's just, I don't know the solution, man. But
Right.
just to be kind and share love, and hopefully, if I had the solution to buy everyone a house, then like, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't have that yet. So for now, it's just seeds of kindness and love and compassion.
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they look at homelessness or they look at people experiencing homelessness and they say, oh, they're a piece of shit. Oh, they're a druggie, or, oh, whatever negative connotation they think of that person, and like they're no good. But really, like you said, people have issues, and they can't solve it themselves. That's the problem, is they don't have those coping skills.
And it's
Yeah.
not also like to sugarcoat it, like, oh, they just have problems. No, there are POSs out there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
There are thieves out there.
Oh, for
sure.
sure, yeah.
There's good, there's bad,
Yeah.
and it's not making an excuse. But what do you say to the person that's been through some stuff? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like, he's that 1%. He's that one sheep. I
But-
want to help. You know
But
what
like
I'm
you
saying?
said, sometimes it's not even about saying nothing. It's about the gesture.
Yeah.
Like, just there's so much that you can do non-verbally to let them know, like, hey, I got you.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's what's so beautiful about your organization, is like, you're not out there with this huge ass mission, like, oh no, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to reform these people, I'm going to provide them with the house, or, you don't think that you have the answer. You just know how good it feels to touch somebody else. Not like that, but like how good to make them feel.
he's all,
I interview was like,
I'm sorry, but I had
has
to
anybody-
clarify.
No, trip out on this.
I had
So,
to clarify.
there's some women out there on the streets or house, like you bless them and they're like, what do you want? Like, they think
Right. Yeah.
you owe, like, they're gonna owe you a sexual favor. Like, no,
Yeah.
let me gum you down.
I have not been out on the streets for
Let
a
me
long
come you
time.
down. Oh, shit.
You're like, nah, I don't need it. Just take my coffee and go.
Hey, you know what? Give me the coffee bag.
Give me that concha.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so you trip out.
Oh my
you see people that are like, they're so used to being abused or
Right.
expecting you to like
Yeah.
take something from them. Like, no, this is just, I know you can never repay me, but losing someone, giving back, also, like, I go out there helping, but sometimes they're helping me. You know what
That's
I'm
your
saying?
healing.
Yeah,
they're helping you.
It's funny that you say that, because Polly from Polly's Project says the same thing. And like,
Yeah.
he says, like, when he's down, when he's having a bad day, when
Yeah.
he feels like he can't go on, he goes to the streets.
That's right.
And he goes.
He goes
and
to the streets.
He goes to the streets.
He goes to the streets.
And he
He's from the
blesses.
streets.
He blesses somebody else.
So
Because
that's a super unique
that's what
story.
heals him inside of him.
Check this out. I had seen a lady, right, who was raising a kid that was he was like autistic. I don't know if
Yeah.
he was 100% autistic. He could have been Asperger's. I don't know. She was old. She was taking care of her daughter's son. There comes a point where there's like, for example, Paulie, he went through a season, right? He shared it, and his son got too strong for him.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
so this lady was dealing with that. So some people that I see, they're caretakers. They're not getting their medicine regularly. They're mentally ill out there with no support system. The abuelita that was caring for him, who was mentally ill, can no longer, care for that person, and now they've adapted to surviving on the streets. Now they're the ones that need help. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they've become imbalanced, and now they've adapted to survival. So
Right.
those are some occasions. They're not a POS. They just became a product of.
Can you clarify
No,
what a POS is?
Front of the streets, right?
No piece of shit.
Well, I mean, that's
you
what
wanted
I'm
to hear it.
saying. See,
Piece
you
of
say one thing, he
shit.
says
I
another.
like to say
Piece
piece
of shit. Piece of shit.
But I
You've already dropped the F bomb, so
Oh,
you
okay,
might as well
I
just
don't know.
say piece of shit.
But I have a question. You what's the most like craziest thing, like, because you're giving, right? And what was the gentleman's name again that you reached out to your dad? Eddie. So yeah, Eddie. So you're like an Eddie, right? So have you experienced that moment where you've gone back for somebody, but they're no longer there?
Like died.
Died, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you see people with diabetes and stuff. And, they don't have like the insulins that they need or whatever. And the weather's bad. socks are so important, believe it or not, you know, and then they're retaining so much water. There's infections, staph infections. But I've also seen, I want to talk about the like success stories because there's have been people that I've met on Skid Row that I helped guide them and they believed in themselves, signed up for housing. It took a long time, but even in that process, they wanted to quit. I mean, we laughed together, we cried together, and they're, you know, got into an apartment. And, you know, like recently one of them passed away. Her name was Irene. Rest in peace, Irene. She was a young lady I met, her family on Skid Row, and they were homeless. They were actually still going to school through COVID and doing homework at the park.
Wow.
And then having to wait for them to go back into shelter at a certain time. And if they didn't make it on time, they were sleeping in their car.
Wow.
And still going to school, and they still managed to go to school. So,
crazy.
you know what I'm saying? These are not like the drug addicts. These, and
Right.
she was recently killed in L.A. She got shot in the head, and so that was like devastating.
Wow.
But to see how far they've come.
Was it like a random act of violence or?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, random act of violence. No, they don't know who, why, what,
Yeah.
all that. So, you know, we 3 weeks ago we buried. I was part of, you know, had the honor of doing her service and burying her. But there's a story of someone that was homeless and went through the housing, got in. It took years. It took time because it's not easy. A lot of
Right.
these people resort to like, you know, might as well just pitch a tent because housing's like it's not affordable.
Right,
or
right.
It's limited.
Or it's unattainable. Like
For
because of the
example, in
waiting
Santa
list.
Ana, we tried to get a voucher and there was 100 people and there's only one voucher.
Oh wow.
So you know what I'm
What?
saying? So
Yeah.
that's what the city told us.
Heck.
They're like, we're short on vouchers, and this is one person that's like, I want to stay in a room. But so
So,
to
I mean,
say
wh-
they're out there by choice. Sometimes addiction isn't a choice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or being homeless or unhoused isn't a choice if you have no resources.
Yeah.
Right.
So where are you guys located though? Like, where's your? Do you have like a warehouse or something you guys store
I
everything?
don't. That's what I hope that God blesses me with the warehouse. But we do everything from the trunk of our cars and my garage.
Trip out.
Nice.
Yeah. So
man.
then, but God's been good to us so that we have a team in Santa Ana now. They do Santa Ana.
Okay.
Together we'll do LA, and then I have a team in Riverside. So we kind of work together and raise funds, and then you know come together with the stuff like car loads full of stuff.
That's dope, man.
So I would love a warehouse, you know, to be able to have
Just
our
put
stuff.
it. Just put it out there in the
Put it
universe.
out there.
You just never know.
And
Yeah.
that's what people get, right? From,
Yeah.
from your shirts and your merch.
Yeah. So
posting-
we'll
yeah.
like the one my son's wearing or this one. We have these,
I like your
like
son
that
shirt.
one.
Yeah.
these little sweaters, and that also not only represents like the cause. It supports. It goes back into helping us make
Oh, I
care
like that.
packages and stuff like that.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very good.
That's good.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do, man? We're gonna take another quick break.
Yeah.
Speechless still, but when we come back, man, we got Jacob with Project Coffee Cup, man, and we're gonna talk a little bit more and see where this guy's headed, man, and the big projects he's gonna be doing and stuff. So we'll be right back
Very cool.
with Project Coffee Cup.
Yep.
We're back, man.
And there comes a time where you have to look in the mirror and go, I got to change some things.
Yeah.
I got to change some fucking things about myself.
That's true.
And check your fucking ego at the door and learn how to do that so that you can be somebody who's approachable. You know what I mean? I had to do that shit too. I wasn't always a cool dude, you know, especially when I had, you know, record contracts due and there's a fucking Jewish lawyer calling me, yo, da, 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 and this people want 100,000. You know what I mean? There's days that you'll have that'll test you.
That's right.
But it's how you respond and how you react. Maybe you fall back from the problem for a while, then pick it back up when you're
Yeah.
mentally correct,
Right.
or you'll lash out on somebody. But
What's up, everybody? We are back with Jacob. Coffee. What is it?
Project what the heck, dude? Project Coffee Cup.
Dang,
you know,
the
we-
disrespect. Hey, I get no respect.
I know it was something
no
having to do with coffee. Sorry.
Project
Sorry,
Coffee
she's
Cup.
thinking about her
There's
new
so many
brand.
side conversations going
She's,
on
like,
around
she's thinking
here.
about her new brand, Mo Bounce to the
Anyhow.
Ounce.
Anyhow, we're back with Jacob from Project Coffee Cup. Thank you for being here. And like JR said,
You forgot my name too, or what?
he's speechless right now. Like I've
Yeah.
never seen him at a loss for words. So thank you
Stop.
for.
We've seen him plenty of times at a loss for words.
No, but
But
honestly,
this is
No, really. Like that.
your gesture, man,
Yeah.
it
It even
it
touched
shut me up.
and I have a cold heart. So
No, it really shut me up. I really didn't feel like doing the interview after.
I get it now. He was like,
No, because like you said, you made an impact. Yeah, you made an impact in my life right now. But giving me something like it's crazy, man.
And that's what kindness can do on the streets, man.
And that's what kindness is. The
Wow.
simplest things, you know. Don't get me wrong. This was not simple. It was like, dude, look at this is detailed. You even put the owl
Yeah.
that's on my brother's neck in here too, and you can see the owl and
And the
everything.
reflection on his glasses.
And the reflection on his glasses and everything. So, dude, it's just amazing, man. So are you an artist too? Is that what it is? You're an artist as
Self-taught
well?
artist, but you know, like my little logo here is a coffee cup and there's paintbrushes. So
Okay.
a lot of people tell me like, man, I wish I could do what you do. It's simple. Whatever talent you have, share that with the world. If you're a
Right.
DJ, share that with the world. If you're
Mm-hmm.
a hairstylist, share that with the world. If you're a photographer, share that. Mine just happens to be sketching and drawing. And
Nice, man.
I used to sell my paintings. I used to take things from the trash and paint it over it, and if I
Oh,
didn't have
nice.
canvases and sell. So I incorporate that in how I would like fund coffee or nice gestures or whatever. But anybody that has a talent, just give back. And then mine happens to be painting. So on my team is filled with people with comeback stories. So they want to get
Nice.
involved, and I'm
Nice.
like, what do what talent do you have? They're like, oh, well, I like to cook. All right, cool. We're gonna cook for 30 people, 300 people.
nice. Okay.
Like C's. He has a powerful testimony. He's I like to cook. Said, would you come on? I'll pay you. I buy the food. Do you mind grilling? Yeah, and he loves it. I have a friend that's a DJ, and he gives back by playing music for the homeless. Start dancing out there, just to kickstart. We
Yeah.
play Mo Bounce to the end. They start getting down, right?
Mo
You know what I'm
Bounce.
saying?
No, hey, real talk,
you're
though,
pretty sharp cookie there.
I've been blessed to be at a few of his events, and
Uh-huh.
it's a whole party on the street. It's like they
Trip
got
out.
music, food. I mean, the homeless. It's like they forget they're homeless for that.
For that moment,
For that
yeah.
moment.
Right,
They're
right.
dancing. There's so many dude. There's so many talented singers, dancers out there.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
They start crip
there's-
walking,
They start crip walking.
electric slide. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
The Cabbage Patch.
Yeah. So what I also use to do my art, I brought a little display.
Come on, please don't do it again for me, bro.
No, it's
Oh,
like,
shoot.
I'll
Look at
customize
those.
shoes like this.
That's your camera. That's your camera right there.
Autism Awareness Month is
Right.
coming this April, so I did these for the family.
Wow.
What size are those?
These are sold. These
sold?
are size 12. Yeah. So a family, that is
Wow.
wants to represent for their child. In
That's
April,
dope.
reached out to me, and this is how I give it back. I share my talent, give them the autism like.
Bro, that
whereas-
looks
You
amazing.
can
I'm gonna
find
take
me
a picture
on
right now. I don't wanna
Jacob
wait till later.
Baruch _artwork. I'm on Instagram.
Oh,
Jacob
nice.
Aruch _
So you
artwork.
sell
Okay.
you do like personalized projects and you sell them. Very
Yeah.
good.
So this is a little sample I brought to show you guys. A little plug. You know what I'm saying? Jacob Baruch. That's JACOB BARUCH _artwork. I do
Nice.
like all kinds of sport themes and stuff, but it originally started with keeping myself busy painting because I lost my mom to cancer, and painting kind of like just kept me balanced, And then people would have needs or they wanted to represent their son or their daughter, and I would be like, yeah, let's do it. And I started taking it from like sketching on paper to wood and to now shoes.
The shoes.
Right,
that's
right.
dope.
So they're not gonna like smear off if it gets wet. It's acrylic paint, leather paint. It's for shoes specifically. So
Got it.
yeah.
Oh, that's
so-
awesome, man.
Dope.
But what do you do, like, because I want to understand the positiveness of what you do, but at the same time, it does get crazy out there, man, because you're dealing with guys that do not want to change, Yes, there is the ones that do, and that's what maybe you gravitate towards because you're like, okay, cool. These guys or these women want to change, so I'm gonna focus. But so, what do you do with the people that give you the finger, blah blah blah? I mean, do you still try to plant that seed, or you?
Yeah, well, you know what? It's like all respect. Like I was sharing with Vic outside. It's all respect. If a person refuses it, there's like, for example, I've worked hard 2 months raising money to raise enough food to feed, and then we'll get the plate fully loaded to give it to somebody and look at it, and they're like, I didn't want this, and throw it. You just
Whoa.
can't take it personal.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like,
Exactly.
however, my job is to like provide, and it's not my job on how they receive it. So if you don't
Right.
want it, you just don't take it personal.
Yeah,
Those that
yeah.
take it, I'm glad you were able to eat. If you want to come back for your food, come back later. If not, that was your plate, dog.
But is there a story of a guy that or a woman that you was like that, and now they're like your advocate type person?
Well, I do have a lady who used to be homeless, and she was on drugs, and she became sober, and she was really rough around the edges. Her name is Teresa. She's our cook. Shout out Teresa. But Teresa,
Hey now.
when I met her, I was listening to her story, and I said, "Man, thank you for sharing your story with me. I want to share that with some of the homeless people." She said, "What the fuck?" She's like, "What the fuck?"
Sounds
And
like
then,
me.
yeah. Then later on, she was like, "So what do you do again?" And then she was like, "Well, I cook and then she's my full-time cook.
Oh, that's
she prepares
dope.
all you know. So that's
Hell
someone
yeah.
that's a test. Like I say, people on the team have been there before, or because of kindness, now they're serving with me. So, but we run into all kinds of personalities on the street. You know what I'm saying? You have people that are angry, on a sick one. Some people that like you'll kill their high if you offer them food. They're like, nah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. They're like, I didn't stay like this.
I've seen all kinds of stuff, you name it, but that's
Because
basically.
I have some friends that they are police officers out there, and they say they've told us a story that sometimes they're not getting their meds, so they'll do something to get arrested, so they can get their meds.
Really?
That's what he would say. So sometimes that's why they kind of they know who it is, so they'll overlook what they're trying to get the attention for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So is that stuff you deal
Well,
with?
I did see that when I worked in the hospital. When I worked in the hospital, I did see people that will like overdose, or they'll fake like a crazy, and they get put into the hospital, and they got to be held for like 2 days.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, 2
72
days,
hour
if
hold.
it's raining outside, you got a bed, you have a curtain, you even have TV.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yep.
You're waiting for the psych evaluation. You're just watching Netflix, So there are people that know how to work the system.
sure.
As I say, yeah, there's people.
For
That's
sure.
what I was trying to get. They know how to work the system, so they're doing their thing to get what they need to get.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, not to down police, but every time law enforcement's involved when it comes to like homeless outreach, it's a big friction because
Yeah, I seen that.
you know what I'm saying. It never works.
Well, they're not being gentle.
They're not being. Yeah, I don't want to say like they're all dicks, but it just never works. Like
Right.
police and homeless outreach just never works.
It comes down to training, and I think that's what a lot of cities and a lot of agencies are seeing now is that, the homeless population is a completely different population versus gangs versus like drug addicts. Like, you have to have a different approach. And as education comes in, and I've even seen some departments where they bring on, therapists. They bring on people that are equipped to deal with people that are erratic or, that are experiencing different things. So that way they're not handling it with force. Like force doesn't meet force. That never works, right?
Yeah, and we can't justify like, oh, you're homeless, so we excuse criminal behavior.
Right.
We
No, you can't do
excuse
that.
drugs.
Yeah.
We've been out there, and I've seen women stabbed up by attempted rape.
Wow.
So police are needed. But when it
Absolutely.
comes to like helping, it's always it's always been friction. It's always been we're using them to like their authority and to clean up like the streets. Never for like the positive thing. You know
Right,
what I'm
for
saying?
the
So I feel for the
rehabilitation
police too.
part.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have kids, you have a family. Last thing you want to do is fight with somebody with HIV or possibly have
No,
needles.
yeah,
And
exactly,
you're like,
yeah.
I just want to come protect the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
But I understand both things. But when it comes to like cleaning up, police are always like negative. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. But
Yeah, it's that balance.
yeah, we
too.
gotta find a balance or better solutions.
Yeah, and I,
don't
think
know
it's
the
getting
answers.
a little better. And you know what? I deal with a lot of people that do what you do, and just in different ways. But their main focus is helping the homeless. And there's not one solution. There's not one like see all be all like that's going to
Right.
cure homelessness. There's
Right,
so
right,
many
right.
different variables, and there's so many different things that go on in a person's life that makes them homeless. And you spoke about it. Some people they lose their house. Whole families are homeless, and that's not their fault. Whatever happened to them, but it's just the rebuilding, right? And then drugs too. Drugs. I mean, I've seen it too. I grew up with addiction, and I hear what you're saying, where like you grew up with it, so you could see it in other people,
Right.
and you don't just look at those people anymore as a drug addict. You look at them as something caused them to stick a needle in their arm. Something caused them to be a drunk and to not be in control of their life. So you, like, in a sense, like, if you don't have compassion for people like that, like, you're just, like, kind of a bad person yourself.
No, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
The awful part is that when it comes to the homeless people, we will generalize that. But some people act like that indoors. Some people are going crazy indoors. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
So
That's
it's
true.
just that we don't like to see it. You know what I'm saying? And it affects all of us in
It
our
makes other
community.
people
Because they don't have an indoor, so
Yeah.
they're doing it in the street right there. But you probably act like that with your wife the other
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
In the
I
bedroom.
had a good friend of mine that when I worked with him forever, and he died. He was a charged nurse, and he died of a heroin overdose. He was slamming, but he had a great
Yeah.
job, worked at the hospital, and he was
Wow.
in charge of the nurses.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So he had a drug issue.
My
so
cousin
it's two
died of a
separate things.
She died of a heroin overdose. It was laced with fentanyl, and she was a RN for 15 years. And she got mixed up with this dude, and they ended up slamming. They were in another state, and they both OD'd. It's like you just
The
you know,
conversation on homelessness can go in so many directions, but the answer or one of the solutions is within its own word. Homeless. It's people without a home. A lot of us are renters. you know, and a lot of us are hurting because of our rent. There's no rent control, whatever, and a lot of us are tied or bound by a mortgage, right? So when the prices and everything goes up, people are going to be left without a home. So housing is a huge issue, and it's part of the solutions for people who are unhoused. A lot of people do better when they're in house. When they have a stable place, and they want to keep it, you know. But it's not available. A lot of people tie a house to your wealth.
Right.
You know, or they don't want you in their community, so prices are high, and they want a certain color in the community,
There's a lot of
so
communities
prices
like
are
that,
high.
yeah.
You know, so we all say we want assistance, but technically a mortgage is an assistant because you can't afford that house, but we'll get you in a loan.
Yeah, we're
There's
gonna
an
lend you the money.
assistant, federal
Yeah.
assistant to get you in, but you know it wealth and all that stuff is an issue, right? So I mean, it comes to housing. So it's how do we do that?
Right.
I don't know the answer. I want to
Right.
find out to help better, but right now all I can do is share kindness, and that's what's in my ability to give back.
That's awesome,
Well, that's good. That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Or do you feel like you're getting the attention that you need right now, like as people supporting you and stuff?
Yeah, but I think the attention I want to bring is to the homeless. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And
But if you get
what
more
I share-
attention,
yeah, you're right. You're right. But what I share is how easy it is to love. Like, I'm a nobody, dog. I'm a regular person. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not anything. I work. I have kids. I have a family. And all my time, I want to give back to the community. And it's that easy to
Right,
love
right.
people without prejudice,
Right.
you know? So that's like.
Well, you
can do
don't
it.
only work with homeless because you've been a big impact in my life. You know, when you found out about my divorce, you sent me that book. You called me. You've talked to me about just letting go of the pain. Don't hold that resentment.
Yeah.
So I mean, you do the same thing, not just to the homeless, but to your everyday people.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
So
yeah,
I
man.
appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, try to
That's
do
awesome.
that. You know, be cool with everybody, man. There goes that song. We'll be right
yeah,
back.
yeah. All right, watch you that. Take us out then.
He's taking us out now.
Take us out, bro. Go ahead.
What's up? You're on JR on the crew. You seen my shoes. You seen the work that we do. I want to thank you guys for having
No,
me.
we're
on this
Andy.
platform. Oh, my bad.
What the heck? We're just going to
Hey,
commercial.
we'll be right back. I thought you guys were giving me the boot.
Like
Oh, yeah.
sometimes
Oh, they would
now.
kick you out for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only go an
Yeah.
hour.
Ghetto.
You can only go an hour. on
Not
Instagram.
even just an hour, or with
They kick
music
us off on
shit,
Jerry and
and
the
they
crew
would
after a
kick you out.
minute.
Yeah, it just depends.
Because nobody's watching. I guess I got on there.
This channel is dead.
Try to get more viewers.
Just kidding.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
Well, appreciate you being
Well,
here.
thanks for coming. The door's right there, Angie. DJ Angie. Bye.
Nah, man. Hell yeah. That's what's up.
Sorry.
All right, guys, we are back, man. And once again, man, we have Jacob, Project Coffee Cup,
Yes, I
in
remember
the
that
house.
now.
We have him in the house. But you know what, man? You know what's awesome is this, man. Everything you're saying right now, you're literally like training and teaching your son, who is right next to you, man. And he's getting to see you do it, face to face, in the street, and that's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. So, is that mic on, dude? Yeah. Oh, just turn it towards you. Yeah, just turn it, push it towards you a little bit. Yeah, because you know what? This is the big thing. Sorry, yeah. Sorry. But this is the thing that I want to know, because now yes, you're doing so much for other people, but sometimes your child could get affected by it because he
Yeah.
could see you out there touching other people's lives. So I'm gonna ask him a personal question, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I've grown up like since I was little, I've always been in it. So it's just used to me. Like other kids, like my age, like when they see like homelessness, anything like, they always doubt them, Like, oh, look at them. Oh, but it's like I don't treat them like bad, Like just ask them how they're doing, and then when I'm with them, I'll help them see if they need anything. Like just try to make them live better,
Right.
See, that's dope, because there's some kids that may see their parent like that and they'll be like, well, I don't know why he has to do that. It's taken away from our time. Or, it becomes a selfish thing where, my dad's a jerk because he doesn't spend time with us. He's out there trying to make everybody else happy,
Right,
but
right.
not making us happy. So, like, has there ever been, I'm going to ask him,
Go
has
ahead.
there ever been a point in time where, like, maybe you felt that way where where he's out there doing what he wants to do, helping these, the homeless, but yet you're at home and like, man, I wish my dad was here.
No, I mean, I always try to go and every time we go.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
that's good. Yeah, because I would bring my
He
kids
doesn't. He
everywhere I
doesn't come
went.
because he's up late playing Fortnite. You don't wake up in the morning.
He's like, no. Oh my
Dad,
God.
in the car. Dad,
He's like, yeah, Dad, go ahead and go.
No, but that's dope because like that's the best gift you can give your
Yeah,
kids. You know, like that.
absolutely.
Exactly,
what,
man.
Fortnite bucks?
Like, hey, Fortnite.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Hey, one time, not let me cut you off. But one time I was like, oh, do this in our house. I'm gonna give you allowance, and then I had cash, He's like, could you give me $49? I'm like, what, dude? I can't put it on my PS4.
Hey, that was 2 years ago, Dad. Come on. Not cool anymore.
That was a while ago.
You
He's
know what I
like,
mean? No, yeah, you'd rather have the V-Bucks or whatever it's called.
No,
Cash,
no. But no, man, that's awesome. I love the fact, man, that you're
Yeah.
taking out. Because, see, I have to admit, man, what you're doing is a blessing because me and my wife, we've like, okay, this Thanksgiving, we're going to take the girls and teach them to be grateful and this and that, but we don't.
You have one time. You came to our
No, yeah,
food
we
distribution.
did that with you, yeah.
Yeah.
But they do it almost on a daily
Yeah,
basis.
right. Or
And
regularly.
so basically, he's learning to be grateful. You know what I mean? He's learning to be grateful for what he has. Is he?
Yeah,
Wait.
no, yeah.
but you're dropping the ball.
There has to be. I have to say this. There has to be a balance. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather be a good dad than Project Coffee Cup. Like,
Okay.
it has
Yeah,
to be
of course.
balanced. Like, I rather like it really would suck for me if like everyone's cool with me, but I'm a piece of shit at home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah,
it's
because then they
important.
won't
That
respect you.
happens a lot. People
Yeah.
put on this facade where, on social media, there are these people that have no problems, where they're these like awesome parents or
Yeah.
awesome husband, but yet their home life fucking sucks.
Or
right?
they're like in my situation, like I seen awesome pastors but be bad at home.
Oh, we know
Know what
all
I'm
about
saying?
that.
Know what I'm saying?
Lighting
Know what I'm
it
saying?
right
And that's
up, yeah.
that I learned from that,
For
and that's what
sure.
I don't want to be. So,
Yeah.
like what I told him, I was like,
The balance.
have my kids at home and I go home and you good, you
Yeah.
eat, house school, whatever, and then all that extra come. But Project Coffee Cup, like I share, is my lifestyle. Like giving is my lifestyle. I don't have to wait for an
Right.
event or an outreach.
Got
It's
it.
on my way to the store. It's on my way to the markets. On my way to his school, dropping it, whatever it is.
Nice.
Like it's a lifestyle that's
Yeah.
become organization.
That's right. Is
Love
it something
it.
you do full time? Is it full
No,
time?
I work full time. I'm a dad.
All right,
You know,
okay.
I have a
But no, that's-
family.
That's great how you just said it. It's your lifestyle. So
Yeah.
if you're driving to work and you see someone and you happen to have that extra
Yeah.
cheeseburger, you're gonna pull over. Boom.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what I tell people is carry a blanket in your trunk, a care
Yeah.
package, some extra shoes you don't wear. If you see somebody in need, you have it ready available. You know,
Yeah.
it's just.
You know who does that? Is Irene.
Yeah, Irene.
Cali Baby.
Cali Baby.
Yeah.
Cali Baby, Irene. Chola's Try girl. She
Probably
her
heard of her.
her trunk is filled with blankets and
Yeah.
toiletries and stuff because her thing is she's driving somewhere, she sees something, she pops her trunk, gives it to them, and keeps going.
Yeah.
That,
So
that
exactly
and
just-
pets. Don't let her see a fucking straight turtle, cause
Hey, that reminded me.
Yeah,
you guys
she
ever
likes
see
pets.
scary movies where he's like, "Do you have $1?" And she brings out a sandwich. Oh, here's a sandwich, and then he
I
sees
said
it.
$1,
He said, "I said
bitch."
$1."
Oh, shoot.
So we joke around about that. I
But
said,
that's
"$1."
happened, right?
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
you see
it
someone on the side of the
happens.
road.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm trying to get a
Well,
buck."
Get a
Yeah.
hey, you know what's funny is one time I saw this homeless dude. He was carrying a sign and it said,
I need weed.
"Throw a quarter at me." And then he's like, "I bet you won't miss." And it says on the other back, "I'm lying. I just need a beer. Can you help me out?"
I respect
respected
that. Yes.
right?
Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
respected that hustle. Like, just be upfront. Like, you're gonna ask me for $1. And I know that Eureka fucking
So-
Thunderbird.
Yeah. So,
if
so when I
that's
was
what you need, so you don't get sick, I'll help you out.
So when my parents got like better from like struggling and have addictions and stuff, my mom, she was a chola too. Compton.
I used to say too.
Chola. So my dad was in the neighborhood. Oh my bad.
Oh, I saw your eyebrow.
No, I meant that. I meant. Hey, now I can't unsee it. No, I meant to say chola too, as in my dad was from the neighborhood, but also my mom. was from the
okay.
neighborhood.
You're just self-conscious
Hey,
now.
My bad.
My bad, Duke of Earl. Hey, so when my parents got
The filero's gonna come out right now.
Shack in the crack. Hey, so when my mom got better, she would drive around her neighborhood, and then one of her friends was a prostitute. So my mom was like already going to Bible study and doing better. So she would be like, "Girl, I'll buy you a beer. I don't care." You know what I'm saying? So I learned that too, not to judge. Like, I'm gonna
Right.
talk to you and be kind to you. I'm not trying to convert you, but You know what I'm saying? Like
No,
she would buy them a beer. And
But the stuff that you're doing, man, you can't go in the judgmental, man.
Nah.
You got to have an open heart, open mind, because you know some people do go in there and they try to bring judgment to them, thinking it's going to win them over, change them. But no, like what you do, you're showing them the love, you're planting the seed,
Right.
you know, and if they finally open up and say, hey, you know what, Jacob, look, man, I need the help. You're actually connected with other organizations that you're able to guide them.
so what
That's
does the
right,
back
direction.
of my sweater say?
It says Haynes.
Loving without prejudice.
Haynes.
Oh, loving without
Loving
prejudice.
Without prejudice. So the
Oh,
biggest
shoot.
lesson I learned was from a nun, right? At St. Joseph. She taught me. She said back in the days with the Pope and all that, there was two type of women that would go outside. There was only prostitutes and widows. So the women, they were homemakers. They weren't allowed outside. So to go outside, they had to disguise themselves as one of them. So who do you think they disguised themselves as? A prostitute or a widow?
The prostitute.
No,
Widow.
My bad.
Momo.
Not, who would you disguise yourself with?
You should ask
So
her, who
Mo-
is she? Yes.
I should have been more specific.
I'm kidding.
Calm down, Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts, pretty woman over here.
So she said they would disguise themselves as widows. They would hit the street and stuff. It just-
Oh my God.
So to answer your like,
I'm sorry, but it'll be easier to look
like
like a hooker
prostitute.
than
You
a
know, like-
widow. How about like a widowed prostitute?
Oh,
Like,
widowed
that kinda
prostitute.
makes sense.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I didn't say the nun was
Pray,
thirsty.
yeah, pray
Pray
for
for
Momo.
Momo.
Lay hands on me.
Hey, so when she said,
Lay hands on it. Dude, stop with the prostitute shit already.
Oh, man, Jacob, we're gonna move on with it, bro.
Move on. I gotta finish my story. Let me finish my story. Loving without prejudice. So she would disguise herself as a widow, right? The black robe. So they would hit the street, and then a lot of the nuns became nurses because they were out there healing wounds and helping dressing the wounds, I should say. And when they would come back, they would tell the Pope, you know, oh, we did this and with that, and they were so excited they would dress up like widows again and go back with supplies. So when they came back one time, they told the Pope, man, we were just out there and the guy down the street was crippled. He was hurting and we helped him. But we didn't help the other guy because he's just a bum. He's just out there, you know, just asking for alms and stuff, you know. So we didn't want to help him. And he stopped them. He said, which one of those are more deserving of love? And they're like, well, the crippled guy, he's hurt. He's like, no, you're going out there and you're judging. Your job is to love without prejudice. And that always stuck with me when she shared that story, and that's true. So you see a lot of bloggers right now, and they're like judging them. They're all thieves, they're all bums. They don't want to go to work. They blah 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 blah. But I go out there, and it's not my job to judge. Like I'm not gonna judge. I'm just gonna offer the kindness, to help, the guidance, point them in the direction. But you can't. Nobody would change if they don't want to, right? But I'm just gonna throw that out there, and if they want it, cool. If they don't, then the ones that do will go for the help.
You know, it's true that you say that because I
that story.
remember I used to work in downtown LA, and I seen this guy had a nice tent. Was outside brushing his teeth, had a like brand new pair of shoes on, right? And I'm thinking
I
to
probably gave it to
myself,
him.
yeah, I know, right? I'm thinking to myself like, why? But then I thought, well, why not? Obviously, there's something going on in his life where he has to be where he's at, and it's not for me to judge. And so I just kind of let it go. But at first, it was mind-boggling because I see him brushing his teeth. He had a nice pair of shoes, and my natural instinct is to be like, what the fuck is this dude doing on the street? Like, you know, just to judge him.
Yeah.
But then I went back in my mind, and I'm thinking, obviously something's going on.
Yeah, to the last out, we just had an outreach on Sunday, and on Skid Row, this guy had his whole tent, and inside he had a refrigerator, he had a bed, he had a TV. This will even cut a window that opened on his like tarp. He had like wood little chips, and it opened, and he was posted chilling like if he was in a studio. That tripped me out how creative and inventive people can be. And I'm like, man, if you put that energy towards something,
Did you see that
Right?
guy right in downtown who had a 2-story building?
Yeah, is it made out of pallets?
Yes.
I've seen
whoa,
it.
whoa, what?
I've seen
What?
it.
He had a
Yeah, it's
2-story
like-
building,
I've seen it.
right?
I think he even had like a for rent sign for the studio on top.
Dude, the guy was an
It's
architect.
nice.
He was
It's
an
nice,
architect. But
yeah.
he came to California and he lost some stuff and he
Yeah.
going through.
I saw that.
So the city came in and took it away. I've been
course.
following it
Uh-huh.
because this famous artist came and decorated it with like tin foil, made it look really dope, but it was also insulating it.
Yeah.
So that caught more attention, right?
I think that's what happened. The
Yeah, that
attention.
caught more attention. The city came and threw it away. Well, I mean, right now I think he's at I want to say like $6,000, $7,000, like something like that. From GoFundMe, they've been helping him out.
Yeah.
He's in a hotel right now, so they're trying to help him get back on his feet.
Posted. Wow.
But the
that's
guy,
cool.
dude, he's smart. I don't know if he's a drug addict. I can't say he's a drug addict or not. I don't know. But, you know, he's an architect, had all kinds of, like, degrees and certifications.
Yeah.
He moved from somewhere Midwest or something to down here. lost a bunch of stuff.
I've
That's
even
crazy.
met authors on Skid
Yeah.
Row that have their books on Amazon. They're just sprung out, you know.
Yeah.
Wow, crazy, man.
Well, where I work at, I work on the second floor, and on the first floor there's a U.S. bank, and I always see this dude come in and like tattered clothing, like doesn't look like he's had a shower in God knows how long, but he's a millionaire.
Oh,
Serious?
He goes in there, gets money, eats like that's, and I'm sure it's mental illness, but that I mean he has money. He's a millionaire,
yeah.
but just goes to show like money doesn't. Buy happiness, you know, like it doesn't change your. If you have money, it's not going to change your life and make you a better person. It's like what's inside
It's
of you.
inside you, yeah.
And
It's-
I
it's
just
your
tripped
mind
because
and
I know
heart.
the girls at the bank, and I'm just like, damn. They're like, do you know
Wow,
he's
that's
a
crazy,
millionaire?
man.
She's like, we're not supposed to say nothing. She goes, but he has a bottomless account basically.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, and he'll go in there and take out $60, $100. You know, like he won't go and make big withdrawals. So it's a trip. It's a trip.
It's just-
You never know what people are going through.
Right.
That sounds like change. He could be, but he can get that.
I gotta live frugal, bro. I gotta
Bottomless fries.
Yeah, bottomless. But
Bottomless right.
so what's next with you, man? What's next with Project Coffee Cup, man? You just did an event, like you said, but what big things you have ahead or clothing? I mean, what's next for you, man?
What I want to do is I want to start doing more paint parties for youth. My solution to like homelessness is if I could reach the youth, that may be able to end some of the cycles and patterns in their life. So I enjoy doing that. Every now and then, I'll host a paint party where I'll get youth, at-risk youth, and
And where's this at?
Well, I used to do it before COVID kind of happened. They shut it down, but I was doing it in Compton at the Volunteers of America. They had a hall, and they would offer it up for me. And then within that program, they had juveniles, right, that were coming either out or transitioning out of the system.
Right.
And so I would tell them, hey, this date, and I would get each kid's size of shoe, and I would get a white shoe, and we'll have a theme, and then I'll show them how to customize it themselves, show them how to be
That's
resourceful with those tools. And that's what I want to, start developing more for this spring and this summer, to start working on more youth programs to help
Wow.
the youth.
I have a cousin that she does paint parties, but she does them for just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna definitely connect with you because she's in the city of industry.
Okay.
She has a warehouse, and actually she has women homes work for her. They come in, they do certain things for her and stuff. But no, I'm gonna connect so you could do some stuff out of there, man. And they're all into paintings. She has murals and stuff.
Wow,
And her
that's cool.
so I'm definitely gonna connect you with that, man.
Okay.
It's a pretty good sized warehouse to do. Like you could do maybe 30 people, 30 to 50
on.
people, man.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
And
Yeah, so for more information, you can follow us on Project Coffee Cup on Instagram. That's the only social media platform we have. On there, we post the dates that we'll have coming up for future events. If you want to volunteer, we welcome everybody,
And then your drawings and stuff.
That's Jacob Baruch. That's JACOBBARUCH _ artwork. And all there
Okay.
you'll see all the customized Jordans,
Nice.
Air Force Ones, Vans,
Hell yeah, man.
different themes. For
And then also people can donate, right, to buy shoes for those paint parties and all that.
Oh,
Absolutely.
and your
Right?
gear.
Yeah, and our gear. If you purchase a sweater, the proceeds go back to help us fund the food, fund the supplies, and keep the van that we use maintenance up. So
Nice, man.
a lot, your donations go a long
very
way.
cool.
Yeah, every dollar counts, especially as nonprofit. If anybody in here runs one, every penny counts. It helps us a lot.
Absolutely.
That's awesome, man. So now you could kind of end. That's it.
Now you can take us out.
No, but do you guys have anything else to say, man?
I just want to let everybody know that he is an excellent karaoke singer. What's your favorite song to sing to?
Yeah, all the Disney ones, bro.
No. Warren G and Nate.
Warren G, regulate. Yeah.
Regulators.
It was a clear black night, a clear white moon. Warren G was on trying to consume some skirts for the. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my
Yeah. So I want to thank you guys though for allowing me to come on this platform with my
Thank
son.
you, man.
Yeah, thank you
The
guys.
bigger message I want to share is to love without prejudice. Everyone's like a paycheck. Well, not everyone, but some people are a paycheck away from losing their house and losing their home. And don't judge people. Don't judge a book by its cover. And kindness is free.
No, awesome,
Very
man. I definitely want to thank you for these, man. And seriously, man, if anybody wants something like this, I mean, definitely hit up our boy. We're gonna put his links up. This is amazing, man. You really
Yeah.
affected me in that episode. I didn't think I was gonna be
That's
able to go on. I literally did it. I mean, they know
He's a weenie. He cries a lot.
But
Llorón,
thank you
Chichi
so
Llorón.
much, man. Thank you so much, man. But that's it. We're good.
That's it. Yeah. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
coming
guys.
out.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for being here.
All right, guys. So until next week, man, we are out, man. Thank you for tuning in, Jared and the crew. Hey, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, but check it out, man. There's still a few more things you need to do.
You gotta like, you gotta share, you gotta subscribe. Guys,
right.
just click it. It's so easy. Just click it. Leave some comments.
Yes, leave some comments, damn it.
Last time you left a little too many comments. I know I look a little pudgy. I'm working on that. But I mean, what do you guys want to see on the show? Any recommendations?
That's right. Yes.
Through this year, we're going with some different things, man. If you guys want to check out some restaurants, any kind of nightclub, let us know.
Give us your
We're
feedback.
listening.